Welcome to Mental Mystique, your online guide to understanding the complexities of the human mind. In each episode, we delve into the fascinating world of cognitive science and psychology, unraveling the mysteries that lie beneath our everyday thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches all of our lives: habits. Why do we have them? Why are some harder to break than others? And most importantly, how can we harness the power of habits to create positive change in our lives? Whether you're struggling with unhealthy habits like smoking or overeating, or you're just curious about the science behind why we do what we do, this video is for you. So sit back, relax, and prepare to journey into the world of habits and change. We promise it's a journey worth taking. Let's get started. Imagine waking up every morning. The first thing you reach out for is a pack of cigarettes, even before your morning coffee. That's not just a routine, it's a habit, one that can be hard to break. Habits, whether they're healthy or not, are a significant part of our lives. They shape our daily routines, our actions, and in many ways, our identities. You see, our brains love habits. They help us conserve mental energy by creating automatic responses to familiar situations. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself mindlessly reaching for that snack drawer when you're stressed or bored? That's your brain on autopilot, following a well-worn path it's come to know all too well. But what happens when these habits aren't serving us? When they're unhealthy, like smoking or overeating, or even detrimental to our productivity, like chronic procrastination? Well, that's where the struggle begins. Breaking unhealthy habits is like trying to carve a new path through a dense forest. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, and it's so much easier to just stick to the old familiar route. But every time we give in to these unhealthy habits, we're reinforcing that old path, making it even harder to break free. And let's not forget the power of reward. Our brains are wired to seek out pleasure and avoid pain. So when an unhealthy habit like smoking or overeating provides an immediate sense of relief or satisfaction, it's reinforcing the idea that this habit is beneficial even when we know it's not. The truth is, breaking unhealthy habits is challenging. It's a battle against our own brains, against deeply ingrained patterns of behavior. But understanding the nature of habits, the why and the how behind them, is the first step towards change. Even before the day begins, you are already caught in the grip of a habit that you know isn't good for you. But remember, with knowledge, persistence, and the right strategies, you can break free from even the most stubborn of habits. This isn't just about breaking bad habits. It's about building a healthier, happier you. But why is it so hard to break these habits? The answer lies in our brain's wiring. Our brains are essentially pattern recognition machines. They're designed to streamline our actions into efficient sequences, which we call habits. This process is facilitated by neural pathways. Think of them as superhighways of information that help us perform routine tasks without much thought. The more we repeat a task, the stronger these pathways become, and the more ingrained the habit becomes. Let's dive a little deeper into the science of habits. You see, every habit we have follows a three-step process: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is what triggers the habit. It could be anything: a time of day, a particular location, an emotional state, or even a certain person. For instance, the sound of an alarm clock in the morning could be a cue for many of us to start our day. Next comes the routine, which is the behavior itself. This could be anything from brushing your teeth in the morning, reaching for a cigarette when you're stressed, or mindlessly scrolling through social media when you're bored. Finally, there's the reward. This is what your brain likes about the habit. It could be the feeling of freshness after brushing your teeth, the temporary relief from stress provided by a cigarette, or the dopamine hit from seeing a new like or comment on your social media post. This cue, routine, reward loop is the backbone of every habit. The brain recognizes a cue, initiates a routine to reach a reward, and over time this loop becomes automatic. Yet it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding this loop is the first step towards breaking the cycle. Because once we identify the cues and rewards that drive our habits, we can start to change our routines. Understanding this loop is the first step towards breaking the cycle and forming healthier habits. Once we understand how habits are formed, we can strategize on how to break them. Imagine your habits as a pathway in a dense forest. The more you walk down this path, the clearer and more defined it becomes. To alter this route, we must first identify the cues that lead us down this familiar path. Is it stress that sends you reaching for that unhealthy snack, or boredom that triggers hours of mindless scrolling? Once we recognize these cues, we can then work on changing our routines. Instead of reaching for that snack or phone, what if you picked up a book or went for a brisk walk? This new routine not only diverts you from your old path, but also provides a different kind of reward, like the satisfaction of finishing a chapter or the invigorating rush of fresh air. Remember, it's not about eliminating old habits, but rather replacing them with new, healthier ones. Breaking habits is just the beginning. Building change is the ultimate goal. At the heart of any lasting change lies consistency. Like a river carving its path through a mountain, the power of change comes from repeated efforts, day in, day out. It's a commitment to yourself, a promise to keep showing up, even on days when it feels like nothing is changing. Patience, too, plays a vital role. Change is a slow dance, a journey with its own rhythm and pace. It takes time, so don't be disheartened if progress seems slow. Embrace the process. Celebrate the small wins. They are stepping stones towards your larger goal. Positive reinforcement can be a powerful motivator. Reward yourself for your successes, no matter how small. This encourages persistence, keeping you motivated and helping you avoid relapses. Remember, change is a process, not an event. It's about progress, not perfection. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of habits and change. We appreciate your time and your willingness to learn with us. If you found this video helpful, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Your support helps us continue to create and share these explorations into the fascinating workings of the mind. In closing, remember, change is a journey, not a destination. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you and goodbye.